Have you ever wondered how Vail Pass got its name? This story was first published on LeadvilleToday.com in 2012 by Colorado journalist Kathy Bedell. It is republished here with permission using AI text-to-speech technology along with some special images in the following video. For more videos like it, head over to the Planet Leadville YouTube channel. How Vail Pass got its name. Mountain folks can be some of the easiest going, live and let live kind of people you'll ever want to meet. Until they're not. Such was the case back in 1939 as trouble began to brew between long-timers and a man recognized as one of the best road engineers in the United States. The battlefield was set atop a 11,312-foot mountain pass at the tail end of the Sawatch Mountain Range in Colorado. Back in 1938, Charles Vail was the head of Colorado's Department of Highways, overseeing the construction of many mountain passes. In fact, according to state records, when Vail began his 14-year tenure, the state had only slightly more than 500 miles of hard-surfaced highways. Under Charles Vail's leadership, an ambitious 4,400 miles of modern roads were completed. Among the most notable mountain highways completed under his direction are the Mount Vernon Road west of Denver at I-70, Loveland Pass, the highway to the top of Mount Blue Sky, Wolf Creek Pass, the Big Thompson Highway, the Glenwood Canyon Road, and Monarch Pass. However, it would be the last on that list, the highway which connected the towns of Gunnison and Salida, where the showdown between area residents and the results-oriented engineer would take place. Often touted as one of the most scenic and beautiful drives in the United States, Highway 50 through Monarch Pass was constructed in 1939. However, that designation was actually the third pathway in the region to be named Monarch Pass, as the first two trails proved not to be suitable for motor vehicles. With its indigenous roots firmly established with Ute settlements, eventually a thoroughfare of commerce was carved out for 19th-century miners and stagecoach drivers. In the years following World War II, recreational travel saw a tremendous increase, with no signs of slowing down well into the 21st century. The original Monarch Pass was constructed in 1880 and served as an important wagon and stagecoach road. In 1922, the road was improved and rerouted to better accommodate motor vehicles. It became known as Old Monarch Pass. It remained an important unpaved crossing of the divide until 1939 when yet another highway realignment was necessary. In September 1938, Charles Vail began the significant reconstruction and rerouting work to reduce grades, minimize tight curves, and keep the roadbed up on sunny slopes where winter snow would be easier to manage. The new U.S. Route 50 over the divide was completed, except for paving, in November 1939, and was initially designated Vail Pass, as a nod to the state engineer's dedication.
Wait a minute. What did he just say? This has always been Monarch Pass.
The protesters made their voices heard, and area residents presented their objections concerning the pass' new name to then Colorado Governor Ralph Carr. Within a month, the elected official caved in to constituents and some good old common sense, and in December 1939, the state's chief executive officer officially designated the new passageway as Monarch Pass. But for a guy like Charles Vail, it made little difference. He was a man with a vision for white lines and headlights, not ribbon-cutting ceremonies and highway designations. Besides, 100 miles away awaited another wild, untamed roadway. And this one, which would come to bear his name, would forever change the course of history in Colorado, catapulting the Vail name into the international stratosphere. After Monarch Pass, Charlie and his crew headed north, into the central region. It was known as an historically peaceful home for sheep ranchers. That was until 1939, and construction began on Highway 6, running from Denver through the Gore Valley in Eagle County. It would be one of Charles Vail's biggest engineering feats, and also his last. Charlie also made his share of enemies along the way, including editors at the Denver Post and then Colorado Governor Big Ed Johnson. According to an article in Grand Junction's The Daily Sentinel in December 2020, things came to a head in 1939, when a Denver broker named John McRoberts filed both a lawsuit and a complaint with the Civil Service Commission, seeking to have Vail removed from his job. Among other things, McRoberts argued that Vail was too old at age 61 to have been appointed to the top highway post and that he failed to follow state bid rules when buying equipment such as trucks. But the attacks were all for naught. The Civil Service Commission dismissed all charges against Vail, with the newspaper reporting, "Nothing crooked, nothing out of line and nothing detrimental to the taxpayers of Colorado." Not only were the charges dismissed, but another effort on Vail's behalf was soon underway, led by the Eagle County Commissioners. In December 1939, the commissioners asked the State Highway Board to give the name Vail Pass to the place where U.S. Highway 6 crossed the mountains east of Gore Creek. that was approved in 1941 and is today Vail Pass on Interstate 70 in Colorado. Charles Dean Vail died in Denver in January 1945, while he was still chief engineer for the State Highway Department. But the ripple effect in his honor continued far beyond that mountain pass when the nearby ski resort and ski town were given the same name after Vail died. It created a last name legacy that will last for decades to come.
Thanks for watching and listening. For more videos, check out the Planet Leadville YouTube channel.